am going to give a brief demonstration of my personal preventive care for plantar fasciitis. I started running when I was 15. I am 50 years old. I never really had any problems with my feet until I hit about 40 years old. 40 years old, I started noticing I was getting some pains in my feet. I would get up in the morning and I would have, my heels would hurt. And then after I walked around a little bit, the pain would subside. And then every time I would stop, I'd go and use, if I were to say, sit at the table and eat lunch for 15-20 minutes or so. When I get up, my feet would start hurting again. And then as soon as I walked, the pain would go away. This is a pretty classic sign of plantar fasciitis. This lasted for about 6 months. It kept getting progressively worse, and then I ran a road race. And when I was warming up, I was sprinting down this hill to warm up, and I felt something in my foot get all of a sudden, it felt like a rubber band released. It was like everything got loose. And it didn't really hurt, but I could tell something was wrong in there. And of course, being a runner, I did something foolish and decided to run the race anyway. And I managed to make it through the race fine, but I could tell by the end that I was definitely going to have some problems. It was definitely starting to hurt. I ended up having to go to a podiatrist a couple days later. I limped into the office there, and she did a couple of things. First thing she did was she taped my feet. And the way she did it is she took some cotton pads, she put them in the bottom of my foot, and she wrapped it securely in some tape and really taped them. I mean, I basically had to wear a boot over the one shoe, or one foot. And I don't know if I just developed claustrophobia or what the deal was, but within about 3 days I was going insane. I couldn't stand to have this in my foot anymore, have them wrapped like that. So I took it off, and I kept trying various methods of wrapping my feet. Nothing seemed to really work. You know, of course, the fact that I'd torn the tendon, which what we finally figured out, probably has something to do with that. But once that healed up, I started wearing orthotics, and those didn't really work either. I never really was able to develop the muscles in my feet so I could handle the orthotics. So after I took about 8 months off, I started running again, and strangely enough, I got plantar fasciitis again right away. Now, I decided to try various methods to try and fix the problem, and I tried different things with the orthotics. I tried cutting a hole in the orthotics to take some of the pressure off. I tried putting different things in my shoe, inserts, and I tried taping them. The tape I used first, I tried duct tape, I tried plastic tape, and the issues with those is that the duct tape is stiff and the skin isn't, so I ended up tearing my feet up pretty badly. So what I decided I needed to do was get some kind of stretchy tape. So at first I tried was an ace bandage. The ace bandage would have worked, except for the fact that I couldn't figure out how to get it to stick to itself. It got too bulky. So I came across this type of tape here. This is called Coban. It's made by the 3M company, but you can buy this at any drugstore, and there are quite a few generic brands you can get also. And all I do is I take a piece of this tape, about 8-inch strip of it. Now, the thing about this tape is that it doesn't feel sticky, but it is kind of sticky to itself. It's a little tacky. It's also real stretchy. So I take an 8-inch strip, and I just tear off the strip here, and I start with in the middle of my foot right here, and I go towards the outside, from the inside towards the outside, and I put some pressure right here in the middle of this plantar fasciitis tendon. And then when I get to the edge, the other far edge, I loosen it up a little bit, wrap it around once, and it starts sticking to itself, and then give a little more pressure right there, pull it down, and just rub it like that, and it's stuck to itself. Now, I don't know why this works. Okay, I can't actually say. When I think about it, how the plantar fasciitis tendon is shaped, it doesn't seem like it should help, but it works so well for me that if I don't do this for about 2 weeks, the tendon will start getting plantar fasciitis, and then I go back to the tape and it immediately goes away. And I've managed to run more or less pain-free for the last 8 years because of this. So the thing you have to think about is when you're putting this on is you want this on as tight as you can get it, but not so tight that it cuts your circulation off. So you're going to have to experiment a little bit with that. When you put this on at the first time, and then you go out to walk, your feet tend to swell up, and you're almost assuredly going to, the first couple times you do it, you're going to have to adjust it. But you can actually adjust it when you're out. You can unravel it, wrap it back up, and just loosen it up, and eventually you'll know how to do it. I will buy this stuff by the case, generally speaking. It costs me about $1.50 a roll, and a roll will last me, for both feet, will last me about a week. So I probably spend about $100 a year keeping myself from getting plantar fasciitis. But I'm obsessed with running, so I keep doing it. The other thing about this is if I run in the morning, I'll put it on first thing in the morning, and I'll go for the run, and then I'll take a shower, and I'll keep it on. It dries really quickly, and I've never had any kind of problems with athlete's foot or anything like that. I do generally throw it away every day, but I suppose if you wanted to use the same piece over and over again, you could probably end up using a roll once a month or so. But again, it's a relatively inexpensive way of keeping your feet in shape, and it'll keep you on the road. Thanks.